Okay, so like, due to time and shit and program problems and all that crap, I can't really do as much as I would like to for this meme. So instead, I'm just gonna like ramble about shit that's happened in my life and some weird things that have happened to me over the years. And I kind of want to start off with like my childhood because when I was a kid, when I was younger, kid, right? My parents are both military. My dad was a higher rank than my mom, and he got posted a lot. So I was born in Winnipeg, but I don't remember anything from there. So I moved when I was about a year and a half old to Maryland in the States, south of the Mason-Dixon border, so I don't have R's in my vocabulary. I don't really pronounce them right, so I say like properly and thumb and other. I can't pronounce some words right. But then after Maryland, we got posted to Kuwait, which is in the Middle East, just south of Iraq. And when we were there, there's no Canadian base there. The nearest Canadian base is, I can't remember actually where the nearest Canadian base was there. Anyway, so like we were on like the American base a lot. Like we didn't live on base. We lived in an apartment building in the city, in Kuwait City, the main city of the place. Cause it's like the tiniest country. There's really only one city there. Anyway, so like we always were like on base, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm like 5 at the time, and the soldiers absolutely loved having kids around. Like I was one of 3 kids on that could get on base, and I was like the only one that was there on a regular basis. And so they had this library on base that was like the best thing ever because it was from a base, a U.S. military base in Germany that got shut down, and so the entire library was packed up and shipped to the base in Kuwait, which means they had a huge ass kids section that was like, I don't know, like the size of like my public library here. Like it was pretty damn big. I mean, they had books in like every, I swear to God, like every language, and they had like every Dr. Seuss book imaginable, and it was like heaven. Okay, it was really great. Anyways, they also had these beanbags that were like giant tomatoes or bananas, and it was fun. Anyway, so when my parents were on base, they would ditch me in the library and go off and do whatever, and then they come back and get me in the library, and we go back to our apartment. Once one time they left me in the library, I don't know, like maybe an hour or something, and they come back, and they find me reading There's a Rocket in My Pocket by Dr. Seuss to this platoon of soldiers who just came in off, like, training or exercise or whatever, and they're all just sitting around, tired but smiling and happy because they have a 5-year-old kid reading Dr. Seuss to them and failing miserably because Dr. Seuss rhymes a lot. I can't read that very well when I was a kid. The other one that was fun for that was when I lived there, the soldiers were so happy to see a kid around again that I got to drive a tank. Yeah, putting a 5-year-old in a tank is like the smartest idea you could possibly have. So it was an M1A2 Abrams. So like an M1A1 is an Abrams, right? Like just the basic Abrams tank, and it's the kind of tank that you see like in Call of Duty or whatever. Like it's that standard tank used in military style video games and shit. The M1A2 is like the upgraded version, so it's got like a better engine, better guns, etc. And they let a 5-year-old drive this. This 5-year-old Canadian kid driving this tank in Kuwait. They also put me in the gunner's seat. So you see the turret, like the turret, right? The main gun, spinning around in circles because they put me in the gunner's seat. So I'm just spinning around having a lot of fun. And my dad is like just freaking out. He's like, oh god. Because it could be loaded. And he's just like, please do not be loaded. Do not be loaded. Do not be loaded. For the love of God, don't be loaded. So we joke, I actually started the second Gulf War because later on, I think it was a few months later, we had to evacuate, my mom and I, and go back to Canada, to New Brunswick, to our cottage there, and stay there for a couple months during the second Gulf War. My dad had to stay behind, and that's actually how I got my gas masks, was because of that war. He also was vaccinated against anthrax and things because of it. Another weird story from me, when I was, how old was I? Was 10, I think? I went to Vegas. Anyway, so like, I left, like early March, and there's maybe like a foot of snow on the ground, and I come back from Vegas after like 2 weeks, and there's like 10 feet of snow, and we're standing outside the airport in these little winter jackets, and we're like, are we in the right country? Are we in like Alaska? Where are we? I'm confused. There was that, another stupid story from, actually this one was pretty recent. We were out, this is just this summer actually, we were out camping and that, and I was really bored, and it's like, you're not supposed to climb on the rocks and that, and I'm like, no, fuck you guys, I'm gonna climb on the rocks, and I wanna climb on the rocks, because I like climbing on the rocks. Like, I'm a total klutz on the ground and shit. Like, you put me on flat ground, I'm probably gonna fall on my face at some point. You put me on, like, sharp rocks with, like, jagged edges and possibility of dying if you fall 2 feet, I'm fine. I won't fall. I'm completely okay on that stuff. So I was climbing and stuff, and I wasn't really paying attention to, like, what I was doing, and I ended up getting, like, 50 feet off the ground to the top of this little cliff, okay? And, you know, I was bouldering, like, I had no safety equipment. I had a pair of, like, I think I was wearing, like, Converse at the time. Really shouldn't have been wearing Converse for this. It's not a good idea to wear Converse when you're rock climbing. Trust me on that one. Fans are worse. Anyway, so, like, I'm high. My mom's just, like, yelling at me to get down. I can't hear her because A, I have headphones on, and B, the ocean's crashing right next to me, so I can't hear her. And then she's getting mad at me for this, and then she yelled at me when I came back down. But it was a lot of fun because then people started trying to copy me, and they couldn't get like 2 feet off the ground. It was a lot of fun. What other ridiculous stories do I have? There's also my memory issues because I have like this memory problem where I don't always remember things in the morning and that. Like I have like morning amnesia, so like I'll wake up and I'll be like, where am I? When am I? Like I've literally woken up thinking I was in another like house. Like our cottage is more like a small house kind of thing, and we're gonna sell it soon, I think. Anyway, so I woke up thinking I was there. So I got out of bed thinking I was in my room there. Everything was going well until I walked into this wall. It was more like a wall and a bookcase. So I walked like right into the corner, and it really hurt. And I'm actually surprised I didn't get like a black eye from doing this because I walked into the wall pretty solid. And there was this other morning where I woke up, and this was shortly after I got my dog, and I forgot I had a dog. And my bedroom door is supposed to be closed at all times, and it wasn't. Someone left it open. And my dog came into my room when I was awake, and I'm sitting on the end of my bed. Like I got my feet on the floor, and I'm just like head in the hands, trying to like remember. So I couldn't remember like where I was at the time, okay? And my dog licks my foot, and I didn't know I had a dog, and I freaked out. I just about kicked the poor little guy. Like he's a little like 8-pound chihuahua basically. Like he's part chihuahua, part poodle. I just about kicked him across the room because I was freaking out over this. And then I'm just like, oh god, no, okay, do not kick the dog. I remember that I had a dog shortly after that. And another one from morning memory issues was I have woken up thinking that I was in France. I think it was either France or Spain. I woke up thinking I was over there and I was here in Canada, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Last one from memory, and then I'm probably gonna call after this because I really need to go and do things. Anyway, so what happened is that this one morning in the at our cottage or my house in New Brunswick, I woke up about 3 a.m. and I was really tired and I still could remember things, and I heard this creaking noise, and I'm like, shit. And I saw like this movement next to my bed, and there's like maybe 1.5 feet of space between my bed and the wall. And I freaked out, and I saw movement again and heard another creak noise, so I thought there was like someone creeping up next to my bed. I was freaking out, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna die. So I tried to retaliate, so I rolled over and just kicked both of my legs out, and I slammed my feet full force into the wall, which really, really hurt for one. But I was freaking out because it was a curtain. That was the movement and the creaking noise because my window was open and there was really strong winds out, and that was pushing my window further open, which was causing the creaking noise. So long story short, I injured both my feet and couldn't walk very well for the next couple days because I thought a curtain window combination of sound and movement was trying to kill me. So on the subject of things trying to kill me, I woke up one morning, forgot what blankets were, started freaking out, flailing around, because I thought blankets were trying to kill me because I sleep with a sheet, 2 quilts, and 2 down comforters on me, okay? I think I only had 1 down comforter on me at the time, though. So I woke up, I'm flailing around, so picture me, 5'11", skinny as fuck, flailing around because I think blankets are trying to murder me while I sleep. It's pretty pathetic. There's all kinds of shit that happens in my life, and like, there's my school, which is actually really, like, I guess you say, like, ghetto and shit, because it's pretty good at times, but at the same time it's like ghetto as fuck, and just everything that goes wrong, and we've had interesting incidents there, and like our school's like cop person was recently arrested for like stalking a woman or something, and then all kinds of shit happened at my school, and it's just like, dear god, what is going on here? I might do another thing someday about my school, but it's just like everything just goes wrong. Everything goes wrong. The water fountains, one's always broken. Nothing in the physics labs work. There is no in between when it comes to temperature. The furnace doesn't work properly, so it's either way too hot or way too cold in the rooms. Like, if you get a room that's, like, perfect temperature, you sold your soul to the devil. There's no doubt about it. Someone sold their soul to the devil. That's all I have to say. My school is one of the weirdest places, honest to God. Like, we have our broadcasting department, and our green screen's a piece of shit. Because it's literally just a big piece of green fabric suspended. And it's got, like, wrinkles in it. And it messes up when we're using it, and it's just everything goes wrong, and then our broadcasting crew always like trips over sound cables or something, and the sound cuts out in the announcements, and all kinds of shit happens, and it's just ridiculous. And I'm hungry and tired, and I need to get dressed because I'm only in my pajamas. I should go get dressed now because I have things to do. So I'm going to end it here, and you can enjoy the complete and utter stupidity that is my life. I know I might do another one of these someday. And I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast, talk really fast, so I'm tired and shit. My voice is always like changing and all kinds of crap. So I hope you enjoy the chaos that is my life. I might do another one of these with some stories, so if I've ever told you any ridiculous stories from my life, please tell me what they were. I guess a quick sentence or a couple words about them. And I should remember what they are, and I'll talk about them next time I do one of these. I got the time to do one. So, yeah, Mongoose out. Yeah, bye.